This poem is titled 1, 4, 2. 1. I'm not the type of guy to funnel the contents of his mind through poetry lines. The type to use his tongue as a paintbrush, words as hues in your mind, as a canvas on which he paints portraits of the feelings nursed in his heart. Okay, I'm exactly that type. But you are the kind of poem I don't have the words with which to write in full. Because there is something half-assed about simplifying a uniquely complex being into words as easy to use as you are beautiful. 2. The first time I knew I loved you wasn't during those moments when getting a text from you made my heart stop beating and start dancing. Not the moments when we'd argue about who loved who more, from I love you to I love you more to I love you most to I love you moster to I love you mostest to I love you hundreds and thousands. The first time I knew I loved you was the day when you hurt me so much that every part of me wanted to leave. But I held in place the pieces of my broken heart until they learned to love you at the same tempo, like soldiers on parade, like voices in a choir, not because you asked for it, not because you deserved it, but because I owed it to you. 3. Loving someone means fulfilling promises made long after the tongue with which they were made forgets how to curl around the first letter of the first word in the first promise. 4. When roses were red and violets were blue, I loved you because of how you made me feel. But now that roses are just flowers and violets are mentioned more times than they're touched, I love you. I just do. I forgot why, but I know that loving you means I ought to give you more than I ask for. 5. I'm sorry that I said I love your imperfections. It was cute. It was not true. 6. Sometimes I can't stand you. 7. Sometimes I'm convinced that I love the idea of you more than I love you, more than I love your presence, more than I love the person. 8. Sometimes you inspire me to let go, to laugh, to smile, to breathe. Which is to say, you're more than just a muse. 9. Sometimes you remind me to hold on, to love, to reconcile, to forgive. In other words, you piss me off. And on those days, you're more of a burden than a blessing. 10. I've got away with words. But I'd hate for the footprints I leave on the sands of time to be nothing more than ink stains on pages thinner than a man's odds to live forever. So 11. Loving you taught me to truly put you above me. To remind myself that even when you piss me off, my anger would never be as deep and as enduring as my love for you. Because no matter what you do, I will love you longer than I'll be mad at you. 12. The hardest part of loving someone isn't putting up with their flaws. It's reminding yourself that you too are flawed. That you don't have all the answers. That in order to understand the other person, you have to stop being you and try being the other person. 13. I once believed that after finding the one, you're set for life. Some of you know that's not true. See, I cannot have been further from the truth, because the only one anybody will ever find is the one they choose to give up the others for. The one they choose to love despite flaws, the one in whose presence they choose to truly be themselves. 14. I hope that you are the one for me, and that I am too. Thank you.